Did Clavicular become the villain because the world made him one? A viral clip is blowing up after a girl admits they bullied him in high school, and now fans are saying he was right the whole time. From loneliness and looksmaxing to status, money, and the brutal switch-up of society, this story gets way deeper than people think. This is Internet Chaos Report. Remember to like and subscribe because we're posting 2 videos every single day. Now let's get into it.
All right, so video circulating around about Clavicular. They're saying fans are saying Clavicular was right the whole time after a girl admitted to bullying him in high school. And I just gotta say, maybe he was an innocent guy before, and you know, based off of his
maybe
trauma,
he still is
the world
innocent.
made him into a villain. Here's the video.
In high school, dude, I used to literally not talk for like, I'm pretty sure like the longest I've gone without speaking was like 4 days.
How about it's crazy how hypergamous women have become and how evil society is. I'm tired of these people. It is horrible. Kids are getting bullied every day. We're seeing more and more.
So I gotta pause the video for copyright reasons, but I do want to go back and show you guys this part right here. You know, here's some old photos of Clavicular, aka Clav, aka Braden Peters. We can see, you know, he was a child, a teenager. He must have been in high school here, etc. Acne, you know, puffy, inflammatory face, going through puberty still. And this person, who I suppose, maybe from another video, they say every villain has a origin story, right? They're saying it's from 2021. I just found it in my screenshots. And then Lil Lele say, why would you save this in your camera roll? And then she said, we used to bully him in high school. And this is what I gotta say. A lot of guys who are like the most cold, I'm talking about the most calculated, the most like not giving a fuck, were literally bullied in school. And then, you know, they were bullied, right? And they saw the worst of individuals. And then, you know, either after high school, getting into college, and then, you know, getting into adulthood, and they start, you know, I guess looking better, making more money. And then all of a sudden they see the switch up from everybody. Oh, so now that I'm making more money, I look decent, right? I'm taller, I'm more muscular, you know, I don't sound like a pipsqueak anymore. I actually have bass in my voice. Now all of a sudden, the same girls who bullied me in school, they wouldn't talk to me, now all of a sudden they're on my D. The same guys who used to shove me in a locker room, who put my head in the toilet. I don't know if that's actually true, if that's an actual real life trope, but you know the movies. Now all of a sudden they want to say, hey bro.
I've never actually heard of anyone getting their head put in a toilet. That'd be crazy if it actually happened though.
Remember me from high school, bro? What's up, bro? Like, now that I got the clout, now that I got this, now that I got bread, now that I got girls, like you see how people switch up. And I think, I'm just speculating, that's probably what Clavicular, having probably been on both sides, being bullied once, and now everybody f***ing on his has been through, has experienced, and that's why he's a villain, I guess.
I'm tired of these people. It is horrible. Kids are getting bullied every day. We're seeing more and more videos of kids crying because they're getting bullied in school. Should you tell that kid, oh, he's just gonna wait until puberty's over, then his acne will go away? No, you should be telling that kid exactly how to fix his acne yesterday, today.
Yesterday.
Now, I'm not gonna say I was bullied in high school. I think I was pretty neutral. I think I was pretty cool with everybody. I never really experienced anything like that to that degree. But I will say that when I was a kid, I was very skinny. I didn't look anything like I do now. I wasn't as confident. I wasn't as secure of myself. And sure, I did experience like depression through like physical insecurity and or a lack of a stable household. I will say though, I've seen the switch up. I see how people treat you when you're at your lowest of lows, and I see how people treat you when you're at your highest of highs. And I think I can understand where Clavicular is coming from in that situation, you know, from that perspective. It's really fucked up at the end of the day. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It really does highlight human psychology and human behavior, because I don't do that, or at least I don't believe I do that. I try to treat everybody with basic respect and decency unless you prove yourself to be like a legitimate asshole or genuine idiots, you know. Sure, we all have different perspectives and opinions and we can agree to disagree, you know, whatever. But what's really disheartening is how people will literally treat you differently based off of your physical appearance. And I get it, but at the same time, at least just be a decent human being to someone, even if you have nothing to gain from them. Just basic cordiality is fine. And then, you know, society will blame people like Clavicular for acting the way that they do. Cold, callous, crass. But you don't know the backstory. They were bullied. People treated them like shit because they had acne. They were skinny. Guy said the longest he ever did not speak was for 4 days. That's crazy. People in the comments are now saying, I quit corn 2 days ago if anyone can. Brother, why is that? Another person said, one of the most complex written characters on TikTok. Well, I don't know about that. Someone else said, I simply cannot form a solid opinion on this man. Another person said, honestly, being bullied made me so angry after experiencing kindness for the first time, but only after I lost weight. It was disgusting how people treat others just based off of what they look like, but I didn't.
Because Clavicular is right about the halo effect. The black pill is right. Like, it is true. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's a true thing.
Want to be the hate I experienced, so I changed, but it took so much therapy, forgiveness to myself, and inner child healing. Literally, bro, people become, you don't understand.
Dude, you don't need therapy. You just need to Looksmax, dude. You need to start bone smashing. Bone smash, you know.
Understand, but
maybe take some steroids.
I'm sure some of you do. The amount of bullying some people go through as kids, this is lifelong trauma for a lot of people. And it legitimately makes a lot of people bitter for various different reasons. Because you see the duality of man. You literally see it. Broke, poor, skinny, you know, ugly or whatever the when you're a kid or a high school or a young man. 10 years later, you glow up. All of a sudden, the people who literally bullied you, who actually shunned you, treated you like a black sheep, now they want to be in your life. Now they want to text and call you. Like that, just even talking about this is pissing me off because it's just so generic. It's cliche. It's like a movie. Even one person in the comment section, they said, if you hate this kid, just remember, you created him. He's doing the greatest work exposing the flaws in society and how rigged the game is for men and boys. Success and happiness is the greatest revenge. Clav won, haters lost. Love to see the world still has stories of hope. Now,
that is so true. It is kind of a white pill at the same time, though. You know, it's the black pill turned white pill.
Listen, I don't fully agree with what this guy said. Of course, me reading his tweet, you know, reading tweets aren't cosigns, obviously. But I will say, society's very hypocritical, double standards, superficial. And there's no mistaking why Clavicular has blown up. Clearly, there was a gap in the market for someone like him, I suppose, exposing these supposed flaws. Another person said a whole bunch of incels in these comments combining their 4 total brain cells to defend Clav. It's not too...
Fuck you, dude. Incels are cool as shit. I love the incels.
To defend him. It's literally because people get bullied how many people get bullied and turn out to be straight villains, brother? They just say F it, F everything. And some of them even decide to spin the block and become school shooters. I want to make one thing clear.
Well, that was the first incel, you know?
I'm not condoning anything regarding any statements Clavicular may or may.
That's kind of crazy. What? That's like the same video as like Elliot Roger. It's like the same shot.
May not have said about any particular group or people. I barely know the man. All I know is he's a Looksmaxer guy. I, however, did not know that he was bullied until today, to this degree. Caveat, disclaimer, assuming he was bullied, assuming this is real, assuming this is, you know, genuine, assuming this isn't a ploy to get sympathy from the internet. So I suppose to vent his frustrations with the world, with society, he decided to, you know, on top of him being diagnosed with autism, he decided to put all his energy and all.
Is he actually diagnosed with autism, or is he just self-diagnosed? I'm pretty sure he's just self-diagnosed with autism. I don't think that he actually went to a doctor and the doctor diagnosed him with it.
His efforts into what we now know as Looksmaxing to try and look as good as possible to, I suppose, seek validation from the world that shunned him all those years ago. And now, I mean, the irony here is he made it. I guess it kind of proved the point that, hey, society is as shallow as we all thought it was.
In high school, were you the
Here's
popular
Neon.
guy or were you
Nah,
bullied?
I was bullied. Yeah.
No way, me too. What about
Ryan,
you?
Same, bro.
Clav,
No.
Nah, actually,
Yeah.
That's what
not
turned this
really.
into like.
I just didn't talk to anyone, but no one gave me any problems.
So either bullied or a loner, right? So This is another clip. Like, listen, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Guys who were bullied and or loners and or didn't feel accepted by either their friends or family members, schoolmates or whatever, they overcompensate later in life and they try to make up for those lost years and try to prove to the world that, hey, I'll show you how successful I can be. I mean, some of the most successful people in the world literally overcompensate by either making extreme money, getting a whole bunch of muscles, and or leaning into this whole like pickup game type, you know, how do I max out all my attributes type shit, right? And a lot of that does come from a place of seeking validation. So yeah, man, I didn't know this guy was bullied. I'm not gonna lie. What do you guys think about this? This is very interesting. I don't think it's unique of a story. You know, you can either, it either goes one of two ways. You either become a massive success, or that childhood trauma continues to eat away at you and cause a perpetual death spiral.
Yeah, no, I like Clav. I think he's funny. And I agree with the black pill. I think it's true. I think that if you don't think that the black pill is true, you're living in fucking La La Land. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. What the fuck? That's the end of the video. Remember to like and subscribe because we're posting 2 videos every single day. Peace.